Sup, Nerdmigos? I'm the Jive Talking Nerd, John Norgrove. We've got Wife here. This is Trek Jive. And we just got done watching Season 2, Episode 7 of Star Trek Picard. Picard. I started reading the word monsters. That's the name of the episode, is Monsters. In the middle of me saying the word Picard, and my brain was just like, you probably drank too much for that. You shouldn't be doing that. Two different sounds at the same time shit. That's not for you right now. So, that's gangster. Anywho, we just finished episode 7 of this season of Picard, Monsters, which was a really good episode. It was very weird. It was exactly like I predicted for the last last episode. It was like another weird filler episode that's just sort of like moving the plot along to get all the players in the right place for the like third act stuff, which is sort of weird that the second act is really just like moving pieces around.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if we were to split, what did the first season have? 12 episodes?
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh, it doesn't say on the thing. I think the first season had like, I don't know, 12 or 14 episodes, something around there. So we're like maybe one more episode in this act.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And if you were to, take the 3-act system into account, I would say that the first act of this season was just like a bunch of jaw-dropping shit.
Yeah.
Right? It was just like, look at this, and look at this, and just all these reveals to like get you primed. And then the second act has been this like kind of slower, more methodical chess game of like getting characters and pieces into place, like clearly preparing for the third act.
Yeah,
and then
giving exposition.
Yeah, a lot of exposition dump. A lot of like getting everybody in the right place. Because you can't just, a lot of this shit, you can't just jump from Agnes being like standard Agnes to like Borg Queen 3/4 assimilated Agnes. Like, you gotta let that shit steep, dog.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, you can't just go from like Picard, who's helping everybody and is the greatest thing ever, to like shattered mind Picard. Like, that shit gotta take time, So, as well as what the third act reveal is gonna be. I think the second act is gonna end with like everybody finally being in like the next episode is gonna end with everybody in their place. Right?
Yeah.
In the right places. And we'll get into that after the recap. Right? Everybody will be in the right places. And then I think the third act is gonna start with a truth, which is a reveal, right? But it's less of a like, there's been a Borg cube orbiting Earth this whole time. Like, it's not going to be like a physical reveal. I think it's going to be a truth reveal. So I think the third act is going to start with a truth and then sort of like very rapidly ramp up to like tomfoolery, straight shenanigans. And then we're going to have like one episode, maybe 2 episodes of shenanigans, and then like a very rapid wrap up that's going to, in my opinion, end with a lot of open questions. Like a bunch of shit. Especially since we like already know they have a third season.
Yeah. And
it's like almost done recording. And we like, we've heard about all the stars that are going to be on it. So like, we're not going to talk about that for like season spoilers for those people. We know who you are. You're awesome. But, but there's I think the third season is going to finish Picard.
Yeah.
Right? But I think the third season is going to sort of be like a very steady slope. And I think that's why this season has had to be this like the very like hilly, crazy roller coaster that it has been, is to set up like this very Star Trekian like downhill slide for season 3. Right? Which that explains why the last like several episodes have been very like filler. Right? And that's not a bad thing. I really enjoyed this episode. So let's just get into this episode, right? Okay, so basically this episode, again, split into about 3 separate storylines. You've got the Picard, not Romulan watcher, who come to find out is actually Romulan, and Rios and the Doctor. And Rios and the Doctor are having the classic will they, won't they love shenanigans. He has to admit to her that he's a spaceman, and then he takes her to his spaceship, and that little boy, God bless his heart, is just like, I'm in an actual spaceship. I'm gonna go touch everything.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, don't do that. Remember, the Federation has like phasers and shit. This is gonna be real weird when like a chateau like 1,000 kilometers away just turns into fucking mud and radiation because a beam of plasma just roasted that thing or something. But like, whatever. So like that was fun. I'm interested to see where they're gonna go with this because they're dragging this along for like longer than the like we went back in time. I fell in love with Sarah. What is it? Tom Paris fell in love with Sarah Silverman, but they have to leave. You know, when they go back for in Voyager.
Yeah.
Like normally those are like rapid time travel love shenanigans.
Yeah.
This one feels a little bit more drawn out, and I mean, you were predicting that maybe Rios stays behind.
I was thinking that, but I think
I don't know that he would
I think
abandon
that
Picard, and I know abandon's not a nice
likely
way to say that.
That he and her split, and it's like sad love because I can't imagine that he's gonna leave Picard, but also like if he's leaving the show, this is a good way to
I mean, it's a beautiful way to end
right?
him, have him exit,
but
yeah,
like,
for the third
but
season.
like based on her character, I can't imagine that she's going to leave her current time. Because she has a lot of like honor and she wants to help people and take care of them, and she's got her son, and obviously they could bring her son to the future too, but like I don't think that she is gonna want to come to the future.
Yeah, I think what I foresee is like they start getting a little bit like more serious as like the plot ramps, and I foresee the like we have to leave or whatever, and she's like stay with me, and he's like I can't, daddy issues, so why don't you come with me to the future? You can help so many people. And I think she's gonna be like, I've seen what humanity can be, like I have to stay here and help.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that seems more
that
likely
seems
to
more
me.
reasonable. I completely agree. So
again, unless Rios is leaving the show, which I don't know if he is or not.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but like, yeah, I guess that sort of makes sense. And I mean, like, maybe she comes to the future, right?
It's
I mean, it's like, let's be real.
Let's be real though. If she
future
dies,
of 2024 in Star Trek gets real nuclear-y.
Yeah.
So maybe it's better for her kid if they go.
If she dies,
forwards,
the kid goes to the future with Rios.
Yeah, but are they gonna like murder some kid's mom?
I don't think that they're going to.
Dude, that's like real
but she
fucked
might end
up.
up having to be like a martyr for the Borg. Because the Borg Queen situation right now is like very loose. We don't really understand what's happening or where it's going to go.
Yeah.
And if she gets caught up in it, and I bet you she will, because like superhero girlfriends always get caught up in this stuff, so why wouldn't she? Then like it's very possible that she could get like assimilated, and either maybe now she has to go to the future or to like unassimilate. She's like, kill me, and he's like, I don't want to, and she's like, but you have to.
What
Take care of my
what
son.
if she's the future Stargazer Borg Queen? You never know.
Yeah,
boy,
we don't
let
know.
me tell you what. How? Like if she got like a little, like not assimilated, but like a little poked by the Borg tubes.
Yeah.
Like a little Borg tube poke, just a wee bit. But like she was able to keep her consciousness, and like she was like, I can keep it under control or some bullshit. And so they leave, and then she's been running this secret in love with Rios like Borg cult as its queen in the background of Earth this whole time, and then portal shenanigans to the Stargazer.
Possible.
That would be fucking amazing. Oh my god,
possible.
No, at this point in time, anything, you know what? Picard could be that Borg queen. Anybody can be that Borg queen. Frankly, what's up? I'd be pretty gangster if it was Picard's secret time. Yeah, okay, so that transitions us into the second storyline, which is like Seven and Raffi trying to figure out what the shit Agnes is up to. So they like transport back to the ship, and then they can't do anything with the ship because the Borg Queen got some sort of passwords or something. She's using password 123, very complicated password. So very difficult password, yeah. So nobody guesses it.
If we had sponsors, now would be a great time for like a password sponsor.
Yeah, like one of those VPNs or some shit. Hey VPNs, what's up guys? I can make this fit every single time.
LastPass, we use you.
Yeah, we do sponsor
Hashtag
us.
not an ad.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, right. But so they're like, all right, we got to track her down, right? So they hack into CCTV around LA and they track her down and they like find her at a bar where she went into a bar and everybody was just like,
who dis?
We're hardcore in a bar situation stuff.
Yeah.
And then she just like punches a window out like a crazy person. Everybody's like, what the fuck? And that's all we got out of that. And then Seven and Raffi go to the bar with the broken windows. And they're like, we don't understand what this is. Why did she do it? And then Seven's like, show me that video again. And she looks at it and then just grabs a beer bottle from a trash can and shatters it on the ground in like downtown LA like a monster. And she's like, oh, I immediately understand. That was awesome. So it's because the Borg Queen's trying to use feeling awesome to assimilate her faster. Like, all right, maybe she just wanted to get outside and was tired of using that door. My guy, like, I felt like that was a
so
very
weird.
absurd leap in logic. And also, why did Seven have to throw that bottle on the ground? She couldn't have come to that conclusion of her own volition.
I mean,
If she knew the
maybe
endorphin
she's never
thing.
purposely like broken glass.
I guess. I don't know. That was like super weird.
It was really weird.
But so like that happened. That was fun. We got a lot of like buddy cop Raffi Seven. Please give them a sideshow funness. So yeah, like that was dope. We still haven't caught up with them, so we don't know what's going on. So then the last and arguably most important storyline for this episode was when so Picard's in a dream sequence with Gaius Balthazar. That's his name from Battlestar, so that's what I'm calling him. I have no fucking clue what that actor's name is. He's a great actor. I super like him as an actor. He did a fantastic job in Battlestar Galactica, and he did a crazy bang-up job in this. And, like, I almost wish that he wasn't the character that he was, because then he would be able to return. But that's not how that works.
I mean, I'm sure they can still find a way for him to return.
But
yeah.
That's probably not how that works. But anyway, he did a great job. Good for you, Gaius Balthazar. But, good glob Balzablib. But, so whatever, Picard's being interviewed by Gaius Balthazar, but then also he's telling a story about him as a child being chased by demons while his mom was captured by a demon. And then the Romulan watcher, or the non-Romulan watcher that's secretly Romulan, incepts his mind, all of Freddy Krueger style. That's also, I just need to point out that, like, technically, Rick and Morty did it first.
Yeah.
Right? It's the Rick and Morty episode with the, like, ear things.
It is.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was... And, like, even, like, the, like, weird, messed up skin texture of the monster was vaguely Scary Terry-ish. It was one of those things where the whole time I was just, like 1% out of the story because of my Rick and Morty knowledge.
Of Rick and Morty,
yeah. And I was just like, this is fucking weird, but like, okay. It's a good episode, so like solid.
It did feel very Rick and Morty, like a continuum episode.
Yeah, it felt very Rick and Morty continuum episode-y. So, whatever, she's in there and she finds Kid Picard, and Kid Picard's like, the monster's coming, and she's like, blah, 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 blah. So they basically overcome the monster or whatever. And then regular Picard and Gaius Balthazar get brought into Dungeon Dreamscape Kid Picard and the Watcher.
This part really like threw me because I was like, is this the movie The Cell? Is that what we're doing?
It was very The Cell. Yeah, exactly. Well, I guess even the The Cell did it even before Rick and Morty. So there you go. We can keep going back. I can think of a bunch of stuff that does this. So we'll stop that now. Yeah, like, whatever. Basically, we find out, like, they very heavily imply that it's like in my opinion, they heavily implied that it's like a spousal abuse thing. Like, his dad was, like, abusing his mom. But then come to find out his dad wasn't abusing his mom. He was just, like, rescuing her from the, like, unknowable caverns because she has some sort of, like, a degenerative mental disorder.
We don't know what.
We don't know exactly what, but it seemed like there was hallucinations.
Yeah.
There was the avoidance of bright lights. There was like, it seemed like a little schizophrenia-y.
Yeah.
And like a little like manic-y ish.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, like, it felt like they definitely have, like, a decided, like, this is what the thing is, and they just haven't revealed it yet. But so, like, come to find out, she was, like, having an episode, and, like, his dad, like, saved her from the caverns, and Picard's dad, like, saved her from the caverns and, like, locked her in a room, and she was just, like, banging at the door, like, please, son, let me out, I don't want to be tortured in here, which is just, like, horrible for a young Picard to have to go through. So we kind of get that, and then we get this, like, loose flash of him with a key in his hand, so, like, maybe he let her out, and that resulted in her early death.
Or something.
Maybe, or something, but it was, like, a reveal, and then, like, they wake up, and,
I think the mom either has, like, a cluster of, like, mental illnesses, or it's a brain tumor.
Like,
That's
pushing
my
on
guess.
some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It could be, like, she has, like, some sort of degenerative, like, she just gets a bunch of brain tumors or some shit.
Yeah, but it could also be, like...
It could also be some, like sci-fi, some, like, new sci-fi shit, right?
Too.
Because, I mean, remember, his mom isn't, like, a 14th century lady.
Yeah.
You know, his mom is, like, like, several hundred years in our future.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, maybe she has holodeck addiction or some shit. Like,
space crazies.
She got space crazies or something. Yeah, she's got, like, whatever.
My
El-Aurian flu.
My money is on like a brain tumor.
Yeah. What's the one that makes everybody go insane in the original series? It's like El-Aurian flu or some shit, and everybody starts getting like weird. Yeah. So, like, whatever. We get that reveal, and then like Picard and the Watcher wake up, and the Watcher's just like, maybe we should figure this shit out. And Picard's like, but maybe we figure Q out. And she's like, I don't know how to do that. And he's like, okay. And so he leaves and then goes to Guinan, young Guinan again. And it's just like, young Guinan, I need you to summon a Q. And so she explains that her people and the Q made an alliance some infinitely large amount of time ago in the past during some sort of nonsense Cold War, which means that I think her people were in a Cold War with the Q, which is upsetting because how were her people that powerful?
Well, I took it as her people needing to ally with the Qs for whatever it is that they were fighting.
I think they were. I think that they were in a stalemate Cold War with the Q. I think that that's what that was. I think that her people are, like, equally powerful in a different and concerning way than the Q are. So she gets, like, a bottle of fancy liquid, and that fancy liquid shakes the earth and is supposed to summon a Q, but no Q is summoned, and she specifically says that throughout all of time she's never heard of this ritual not working, which is a very concerning thing. And then, like, an old man comes in and gets a glass of white wine and then arrests Picard and Guinan because there's CCTV footage of his beaming in to the middle of the day on, like, Broad Street or whatever. The thing that I literally mentioned in the first episode when he beamed in. And I was just like, that's the middle of the day. How did nobody see that? Guess what?
Yeah.
The police saw it. So, what's up?
Or the FBI or somebody.
Yeah, or whatever.
Whatever he is.
So, yeah, I guess they set up a raid because a camera looked transportery, which is absurd, but whatever. So then that happened, and that was pretty much the end of the episode. I think that it's not just Q doesn't have Q powers. I think that the whole Q continuum has unraveled because of something happening. And I would almost argue that maybe potentially this has to have supposed to happen.
I am, you know, I'm pretty firmly in that this is like what was supposed to happen.
Yeah, this has to happen. Like, this has to happen for the Q to inevitably exist because Picard some shenanigans.
And whatever it is that's going to happen with the event is something that happens as a result of all of the existing
this is the thing. This is the thing.
Because these guys are not doing a great job at staying low-key in their time travel.
No, my God, no.
They're making way too many ripples for this to be a thing that's, like, not supposed to happen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it'll be interesting to see where this goes. I mean, theoretically, we have another season, and the next season, like, this season could legit end with they do some bullshit to save, whatever, Molly Picard, whatever her name is.
Renee,
thank you. Renee Picard. They could, like, do something to save her or get her on the thing or not get her on the thing, and it, like, changes nothing.
Yeah.
Like, it changes a little bit, but, like not everything is changed right. And, like, actually her going or not going has nothing to do with it. Like,
yeah.
I would not be surprised if the whole Renee Picard thing was, like, just a big,
like, red
misdirect. And in fact, it's that, like, if Picard, as an older cybernetic man, because we got to keep remembering that he's a robot. Yeah. So, as an older cybernetic man, or whatever, if, like, maybe if he doesn't remember 100% of his loss, he doesn't act in a certain way in some shit that happens in season 3 that sets the universe aright.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we assume that everything's gonna be like at the end of this season, we're gonna get back to the Stargazer, and they're gonna be like, look at his Borg Queen, reveal her face, everything's caught up. Like, maybe we totally don't get that. This season could legit end where they're still in the past, right? Yeah. Like, there's no way to know.
Yeah.
At this point in time. But, like, that Stargazer bridge set was very sexy. So I'm going to assume that they didn't build that for one 5-minute scene.
Probably not.
Probably not. But maybe, honestly, you know what? Maybe season 3 of Picard, bunch of shenanigans. The next series is just whatever, Stargazer or some shit. Maybe. And it's just like Rios and, like, half Borg Queened out Agnes just stargazering about the universe, doing adventures, right? Like, I would not be against that. That Stargazer is a very pretty ship. Maybe carpet the ground. It's a little reflective, but it's a very pretty ship. Yeah. Also, I mean, like, carpet hurts less when you bang your head against it, and I'm just saying, those starships go sideways real fucking fast sometimes.
Do. Yeah.
So, but, yeah, there's just, I don't know, there's too much infrastructure right now for me to believe that the Stargazer isn't going to show back up for, like, big shit, not just, like, a couple more 15-minute scenes. Like, you know.
Yeah.
It would have been way easier to just, like, green screen and roto that shit if it was, like, a subtotal of, like, an hour's worth of footage.
Yeah.
You know? So, we'll see what happens with that. But, yeah, I mean, either way, I really enjoyed this episode. It was a ton of fun. It was exactly filler-like, I think. I think the next episode is going to be the last of the filler episodes. I think the next episode is going to be, like, a lot of words and a lot of filler, and it's going to get everybody sort of set in motion. I get the feeling that our three prime, like, set pieces, like our stop pieces for the beginning of the third act is going to be Picard, like, being questioned and, like whatever police shenanigans Picard and Guinan are going through with the, like, setup that maybe the Watcher is, like, mind-taking people in a way to, like, free them, you know, or something to that extent. And I think that we're gonna have Rios and the Doctor and the kid trapped on an increasingly horror-ridden, like, vaguely Borged up ship. And I think that it's gonna be, like, Agnes and Seven and what is her name?
Raffi?
Raffi, thank you. Bloody hell. Agnes and Seven and Raffi, like, in some sort of a standoff that's maybe a bit more public than Raffi or Seven would like it to be. So I kind of think that that's where we're going to sort of end the next episode, and how exactly we get there is going to be interesting. There's a lot of questions up in the air still. But overall, I am very with this. Also, I think the countdown right now is 4 weeks or 3 weeks. I think it's 4 weeks until the premiere of... It's 3 weeks. It's 3 weeks. Okay, 3 weeks until the premiere of Strange New Worlds. Stay tuned for that. I am very excited. Also, 3 weeks would only get us to episode 10.
Yes.
well, 7, 8, 9, yeah, episode 10, which means that would be 2 weeks of overlap, which is what we got with Picard. So, yeah, that works out, which would be 12 episodes, which basically splits this where I was expecting this to split-ish.
Yep.
Right, so 5, 6, 7, 8 for Act 2, which about fits, and then 9, 10, 11, 12 for Act 3. Yeah, that's perfect. 1 through 4 was pretty much Act 1 setup stuff. Yeah, okay, yeah. So, yeah, I think that what they're doing, I think we're in a place for some like awesome Star Trek, right? And then we're gonna get that as this wraps up, transition into Strange New Worlds, which I am very excited for. Let me tell you what, strongly excited. Let's I just want to know what the intro is so bad right now. Yeah, oh my god, I'm so excited for it. I just want more like beauty shots of that Enterprise. That is a fucking beautiful ship, what they have set up. And, like, the bridge is, like, very nice. It's very sleek. Like, I'm very excited for it, you know? So, yeah, I'm super pumped. We're doing good Star Trek right now. So, yeah. What was your favorite part of the episode? What do you think? How do you think we're going? Are you pumped for Strange New Worlds? Any of that sort of stuff? Let us know in the dibbly-doo below. Either way, I've been John Norgrove. This has been Wife. This has been Trek Jive. We just watched Season 2, Episode 7 of Star Trek Picard Monsters. Don't forget to like this video, comment below, share, subscribe, ring the bell, and do all that kind of stuff. And we'll catch you guys on the flip side. Engage? Nah, it doesn't make any sense. Engage anyway.